Sorry, what is the cost of a Swift brick?
So at the moment, a Swift brick costs around £30. But if you look at the context of other bird boxes or bat boxes, or trying to mitigate meadow loss and things, it's really inexpensive. And obviously, if there was a supply-demand change across the country because they became compulsory, then obviously the price would go right down. Yes. So there is a huge positive of scaling up, yes. And I don't like the government's response with that. I feel like they're not being accountable for the fact that these birds are facing national extinction. These birds have been flying across skies in this area of the world for about 70 million years, and they've probably got about an estimated 30 years left before they can't do that anymore. And also local plans take a lot longer to implement, so that time is running out, and that response does not respect the context of the urgency. And red listed birds are defined by the need for urgent action, and also the districts will say, well, the government hasn't told us, and we run by a trickle-down prospect. I'm a parish councillor for my sins, and I've done that to try to integrate myself into the system and to understand and respect the context of how the district councils work and filter down. And it's a filter-down system. They do what they're told. So I don't see this working on a big scale, and it's also going to create a huge amount of work for me. I'd really appreciate if the government could just say, you know what, the British wildlife is depleted. We're in one of the worst G7 countries on the planet. Our record of biodiversity loss is extreme. And we're going to hold our hands up because we are, after all, declaring that we're in a climate emergency, and we're going to actually do something. We're going to shove a load of bricks in and hope to hell that it works. And it does work, because the Duchy of Cornwall, when he was Prince Charles, now King, declared his undying love for, particularly gushy actually for the King, of swifts, house martins and swallows, and has installed swift bricks across the Duchy estate to really good effect. The surveys with the RSPP who conducted them have shown the data that we then produced in the petition. So, there is a huge advocate in our King. It would be really great if the government had the same sort of level of understanding and longevity. There is that longevity element that the government seems to be missing on this biodiversity thing. And
absolutely, but £30 compared to I don't know what the average house price is these days, but it's not cheap. £30 on that development, and that's obviously £30 probably a retail. It's not, as you say, the more of these that are built, and there could be a more serviceable or a cheaper alternative anyway. So it's not a price thing, is it? £30 should not be breaking. This is the deal. So
also, I don't know when it wouldn't be inappropriate. They haven't explained what that means, and they're not the experts. They also said to the last petition that swifts weren't site loyal, which is technically wrong, and that's scientifically incorrect. So they are saying things that are incorrect, and I'm going to try, with respect and in a polite legal way, hold them accountable for that, because that's not acceptable when these birds are running out of time.